What's going on YouTube? My name is Jim and today we're unboxing the HPI-Racing Baja 5R. Now this is a gasoline engine, it's a 2-stroke. It does require gasoline as well as oil. This is the official licensed replica of the 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. It looks fantastic. Now this is a very big car, so I actually took everything out and then we will do the unboxing on my actual desk. So the first thing we get is we get a charger as well as the charging ports for the various countries and regions, 4 AA batteries for the transmitter, a registration guide, a warranty guide, as well as a transmitter guide, and then the engine guide and break-in procedures. And then we do have our regular 5R user guide, manual, parts list. Everything you guys need to know is in this packet, so hold on to that. There is an included antenna tube, and then they do give us a ton of decals with this actual vehicle, and I mean a ton. They give you HPI-Racing. They also give you windshield decals. They also give you sponsorship decals. Pretty much 3 to 4 pages worth of decals. Now the transmitter is the TF45 transmitter. It has a orange handle grip on the back here. On the side we do have a screwdriver, so you guys can make some fine tune adjustments to the actual servos on the front. And as you guys can see right here, these actually stick out quite a bit, so you guys could actually use a fingernail if you needed to fine tweak it and you didn't have a screwdriver present. On the bottom we have the 4 AA batteries, but there is a slot for 4 more AA batteries, so you guys can carry some spares with you. Now the handle in the back is orange. The one that is currently on is a smooth one. The other one that is included is a textured grip, so you guys can choose however you want it to feel in the palm of your hand. Now moving on to what else we get inside, we do get a bag full of goodies. The first thing is spur gear. We get a second one. We also do get an air filter, and it is pre-oiled, so if you guys do need to change this out and don't have your oils on you, there is an option to put this air filter on. We also get some extra plastic shoe horns, so you guys can make some fine tweaking. And then they do give us a bunch of body towers here, both for the sides and the tops of the vehicle shell. And then we do have a huge bag full of tools, and these are actually really good tools. They're built really well, good quality here, so hold on to that. And then we do have a bag full of fluids and oils here, as well as thread lock, so that is very nice. And it is good that they did put these all in a bag because my thread lock was actually leaking. Now the body clips here, I do want to mention, we do not get extra body clips with this actual vehicle, so just be aware of that. You guys will have to go out and purchase some more body clips for this actual shell here. Now the Mustang Boss 302, this thing looks awesome. It's fully painted, fully decaled. Now it comes with 2 spoilers. There's one that's already painted and attached, and then there is a clear one in the box. This clear one is more of a wing shape, so you guys can change the overall style and look of the actual Mustang. Now the only paint that's really on this vehicle besides the spoiler is the actual orange car itself. The actual bumpers on the back here are a shiny silver decal, as well as the back lights there. Now also the stripes on this vehicle, I think they're decals and they're just painted over with a fine gloss, because I did notice if you look really close, it looks like a decal that they basically just glossed over, but overall it does look very nice. Now, as I kind of just passed, there are some body clips that go on the top of the vehicle. There's 4, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, but there's also 2 on each side because the base of this car is so wide, and we'll show that a little bit later. But overall, very nice paint job. My camera really doesn't do justice for the color. Underneath, it is painted with a fine finishing white here. We also do have a nut and screw system for the back bumper, so you guys can remove that anytime you want to. And then we do have the decals for the windshields inside. This is what it looks like fully assembled. Very nice looking vehicle. Again, the colors will change throughout this video just based on my lighting setup. So now that we've actually seen the Mustang Boss 305 body, I wanted to actually cover the Baja 5R buggy. You'll notice a few differences between this buggy because it is built for on-road and then the off-road buggies, and we will definitely cover that. So the first thing that we see on this buggy is a foam bumper. Now this is a hard foam, as you guys can see on the front here. Now everything, including the body towers, the A-arms, pretty much every piece of plastic on this vehicle is a heavy-duty plastic. It almost reminds me of metal or a metal composite material. It is super strong. I tried to bend kind of like one of the arms on here, and it was really impossible to do it. So I don't think you guys would actually break anything on this vehicle, especially if you're running it on the road with the setup that is currently on there. Now we are using a Tarmac Buster Beadlock tire here. It's very nice. This is actual real rubber, so I just want to let you guys know that. There are foam inserts, but the tire is rubber, so it is a very hard tire. And then we have a vintage style 8-spoke racing wheel on here as well. The back tire on here is almost identical to the front tire. The only difference is the tire is much wider. So the base of the tire here is much wider. It kind of gives us that Ford Mustang American muscle look on this vehicle. Now the carriers in here are plastic and composite. They are both mixed. They do have a actual metal ring inside here, a ball bearing inside, which is very nice. And then we do have a front sway bar as well on this vehicle. Now going to the actual steering of this vehicle, it is using a bell crank steering system with a cam type steering servo. This is waterproof, although I don't think you guys would really run this through the water. It will withstand the elements. And then you guys can actually see that we have some metal rods here, and then those are housed with some composite materials both on the front and the back. So overall, a very, very nice steering system on this actual vehicle. Now we do have aluminum shocks on here. It's a fluid filled suspension system. It's independent suspension system. They are threaded. As you can see, I kind of have some oil already on my fingers from here, but you guys can adjust the tension in these springs and set up your racing, you know, however you guys need to. You can do some fine tweaking with the suspension, and it goes for the same in the back. Now on these sides here, we do have basically body towers on the side. Like I was saying before, the shell of this vehicle is so wide that they actually had to build a body tower to push those out so they don't actually fold in and hit the tires or anything. But they are basically held in with a lot of body clips and screws. Very easy to assemble and disassemble if you guys want to switch this between a buggy and the on-road vehicle. Now we do have a receiver box here. It's fully housed. It's waterproof. It's actually held in with body clips, but then they actually do put the roll cage over that. So in order to take it off, you would have to take the roll cage off. So inside this waterproof casing, we do have our receiver. We also do have a 6-volt 300 milliamp receiver battery pack. And then there is a port in the back, as you guys can see, where you can actually just plug in the wall charger and charge that up. So very, very nice. Now they do have the antenna in the front, and they did provide that antenna tube for you guys. Now moving on to the actual throttle, the steering servo, or the throttle servo I should say, is also located in the front, just on the back side of where the steering one is. And then we also have our long throttle rod that goes all the way from the front to the back. Now this is a very, very long piece, so be careful with it, guys, because it basically does cover the full length of the car from the front electronics all the way to the back of the engine. As you guys can see, this nice side shot here. Moving on to the gas tank here. This is a 700cc fuel tank. It runs about 40 to 45 minutes on a full tank. Now that's just saying, if you guys actually have this tuned correctly, you should get roughly around 45 minutes of runtime on one tank. Now this is held in with body clips. Again, it's kind of difficult to take out. You would have to actually remove some of the top roll cage and things like that to get access to this. And then we do have our air filter, which is held in with one body clip, and then this plastic shell in the front, which just needs one screw and then it will come out. But it is already pre-oiled. Everything on there very nicely. Now taking a look at the engine here on the left side, or I guess I should say the right side, we have our primer. We also do have our fuel on and off. So once you guys are done running this, you'll want to shut it off. Now, just to let you guys know, you don't want to shut your car off using this. You want to use the stop engine for the actual stopping. On the other side, we have our high speed and our low speed needle, which you guys will be using to tune this. And then we do have our Fuelie 23cc engine here. It is a pull start, so we have our pull start right here. And then we do have our engine stop switch. So this is what we're going to use to actually kill the engine once we're done. We have the 23cc sticker on top right next to our actual spark plug. And again, your spark plug is covered by the actual roll cage, so that would have to come off if you guys wanted to do that. The clutch on here is 8,000 RPMs. We also do have the high flow muffler right here on the back, and it does shoot out the back here. Now, we also have our cooling head on the other side that is kind of open so you guys can cool. And then we have our transmission right here on the side, as you guys can see. Now, this is held in with two body clips. You kind of just twist them a certain way and then you pop the body clips off. But we can see our transmission right here. It looks phenomenal. The thing is huge. So we have a huge metal pinion gear, and then we have a spur gear, which is plastic. But this thing is massive, as you guys can look. And then we do have our disc brake right there on top. And I'll show you guys another little side of it. So here's our disc brake right here. Now, the cool thing about this is it's actually using a steel disc brake. Now, the chassis here is fully aluminum. It's 4 millimeters thick. It's actually balanced towards the back, but it is very nice overall. Now, we have these heavy A-arms in the back, and then we do have our viscous differential, which is fully metal. I know you guys can't really see it. It's kind of tucked away right behind the engine. Now, the engine is mounted with some heavy-duty screws on the back here, as you guys can see. Now, the suspension system on the back is taking most of the weight because we do have that 23cc engine on the back. So just make sure when you guys are tweaking the suspension on this vehicle, you guys don't set it, too low to the ground, because we do already have a lot of weight there. And then when we do get the torque, that will add to it. So we have Super HD diff shafts here. They're huge, and they also come with CVT rubber boots on here, both sides, so everything should stay really nice and clean. Now, guys, this has just been a quick overview of the Baja 5B buggy. I hope you guys like it. Again, it's a 1/5 scale vehicle. This is the official licensed replica of the Ford Mustang Boss. This thing is totally awesome. If you guys want to know more information about it, go visit HPI's website. They can tell you every little piece in detail on this vehicle. Now, we don't actually sell this vehicle at DollarHobbyz.com, but what we do is we sell every single part for this vehicle. I know a lot of you guys have been kind of waiting to get your hand on HPI-Racing parts. We definitely have all the parts for this vehicle in stock, so just visit us at DollarHobbyz.com. Until next time, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.